little bit windy out here. Oh, jeez. That's a great background for my filming.
Yeah, that's a bitch out there.
I wonder if that's this train honking or another train honking. That hopper has to be very confusing. We're gonna take a little walk here. Just got a new phone yesterday, so we'll see how the film quality goes here. BN one for you. Walking on our mini scale trackage here, hoping I don't get hit by a sudden train. I suspect that I won't, but you never know. Probably should have just come over here from the start, but you know. Very nice Dash 9 here. So I guess I'll pause the video until something happens. Here's the Skykomish depot. Because apparently in this video we're just going to look at everything just for fun. Because, you know, why not? Currently working on tracking down a hopper that I saw that had a defect tag on it. Or at least I think it was a defect tag on it anyway. So I guess in the process we'll explore some BNS FMOW. Here's their pile of concrete ties. One of, I think, 3 or 4, actually. I suspect that I might just have to make 2 different videos at this point, but we'll find out. Yes, here it is. Home shop for repair, do not load. Not sure if what's up in this car got fixed or not. This phone camera or what, but yeah. Here is Skykomish. I wouldn't usually be walking out in the middle of all of this, but you know, all the signals are red. The train is stopped. The derails are up, so there's nothing moving within here, or at least nothing too crazy. Okay. Here's some of the pieces to a switch. Here's some MOW equipment. everything, but yeah, it's alright. Here's that hopper that looks like it should be a double rotor. Possibly was at one point. Chunks of rail, more MOW. And to top this whole train off, well, not train necessarily, but, you know, top off this whole rail car consist. Got this Burlington Northern going. Got this nice little Burlington Northern quality conditioning, I think. Something. If you guys want to explain this to me, then that'd be great. It'd be helpful. See if it's got any other railroad origin markings or not. Doesn't seem like it. More miscellaneous rail chunks. The heritage one of coal hoppers here. A lot more rail chunks just kind of laying around. Next to the heritage 3 of hoppers. I don't know how much exploring I intend on doing out here, but you know. Brake shoe. Old brake shoe. One of the plastic pieces off the cement ties. BNSF coal train. Small railroad spike. Very small railroad spike. Line of ties. Weirdly enough, there used to be 2 whole tracks right here. Now there is exactly 0. Just rail and some ties. I'm not sure if they were intending on fixing this here or what, but you know, there's a line of them. Very, very nice. You can see that stretches the whole ways down. But yeah, weirdly enough, it kind of just drops over here. Long exploring Skykomish video, I guess. Yeah. It looks like they were intending on rebuilding it and then never got around to it. But yeah, you can see that it's not a favorable angle right here. Ties ain't even connected. And then it's back to presumably original Great Northern trackage or something crazy like that. Check if I can find a date on here. Ah, yes, the best wire connection. Just kind of loosely in there. case I didn't see a date. Ah, 1912. There we go. So yeah, Great Northern Times. Basically, probably had steam locomotives running over it at one point or another. Here's the switch. Which, as you can tell, has probably seen better days. But, you know, just a random rock pile here. Switches that will walk around here. It's got an out of service tag on it. Other switch here. Again, car over there. Old wooden ties and an old crossing segment, which is that long one on top. Yeah, an SF car labeled with "Do Not Hump," which I've seen many people have a good laugh about over time, but yeah, haven't seen this before. Two different air setups. Wonder if that's for the dumping mechanism. I don't know. Sorry, just checking if there's any qualifying markings on here, but doesn't seem like it. And then you can see the coal train goes around the corner there. New pieces of equipment out here. Looks like new, like dig-ins or something for some sort of thing. I don't know. Yeah, we got a little bit going for us here. Sorry if my stuff has been a little the best. Jackhammer pieces, trucks and stuff. Don't know what this is, but you know, some of you probably do, so I'll let you guys sort that out if you wanna, if you feel so inclined to. Old Y over here. Slot train. Gravel pile, mountain, fun stuff. Sorry about that. There's just a chunk of rail right here. I don't know where it came from, but you know. And then an old plate there. Some spikes. You know, it's an old road bed. Speaking of road bed, we got the road here. We got the crossing tags right here. Well, one of them anyway. Got old ties being used to cross over a little drainage ditch. The old sign. random pieces of ties, it looks like. Very crunchy over here. A shovel head. 1910. Looks like. So yeah, this one's also probably a Great Northern original switch. It's a little overgrown. Just goes back to here. And then here's the switch, which weirdly enough is unlocked. I've never seen the BNSF just leave a switch unlocked. And no, I'm not going to flip it. Bad enough that I'm walking all over their trackage. I wouldn't want to flip their switch while I'm at it. Although, seeing as I plan on working on the railroad, I guess if I ever needed to, this is a good place to practice throwing an old switch. But yeah, it's a little overgrown. As you can see, they used... This is kind of reminiscent of, like, the Boeing Hill over in Everett. Except it's not steep, it's just here, and it just randomly ends. I don't know how much use this track gets, but, you know, it's here. Piece to hold that in there. More pieces. Hold it engaged anyway. But yeah, they used old rails and what look like ties to hold it up here. And as you can see, the mountain is winning on this side. Or I guess the hill, it's not mountain, it's just a hill. For the dramatic effect, it's fun to say mountain, but it's not. It's just the hill. Concrete chunk. Or is it barrel? As a barrel. Little hill here. And then we can go back this direction, which I will pause for. So I'll see you when I find something interesting next. Opposite view of the switch here. Just for fun. Another interesting little thing here is a tiny little plate. Tiny little plate. Probably also went to the switch at one point. Another 1912. Sorry, my shoe got in there. Here's a shot for those of you who like looking at railroad crossings like this. I don't know if there are any of you out there, but I know I like looking at them like this. There's just something interesting about this view of it, the way the rails go through and everything. I'm gonna get us a look at the slot train, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm already over here, so it doesn't really matter where I end up. Yeah, another smaller spike. It might look big, but it's not. Gate Max. Miscellaneous equipment. More of these things, which I think have tie clips and spikes to them. Don't know what this is over here. Old ties, maybe. I don't know. Bags of, I think, random equipment for cement ties. Yeah, random equipment for cement ties. BNSF's nice gravel pile over here. More ties of varying cut and stuff. I don't know why these ones specifically are angled like that, but I'm sure some of you will know as well. So, gift me with that knowledge, if you will. GREX, or Georgetown Rail Equipment Company. Here's some itty bitty rail. Well, compared to the rail we use at the moment. Present day. Here is GREX 6000. It's got drawbar. It's got EMD things. I'm sure some of you will also know the origin of this one and will be able to tell me what it originates from. And I will probably look myself later, but this one's got an interesting cab on it. Never seen this sort of cab before. Another look at Skykomish there. From this point in the trip, we're going to go this way and stay as far off of that as we can, whilst also exploring their sort of operation here. So we'll dodge rail traffic in the process. It's a little sinky over there, so I'm gonna go over here just for slightly better. Never mind, more metal. BN car there. It's about as far as I'm gonna go. But as you can see, Skykomish is down there. For those of you who wanted the layout on this area, we'll go a little bit further. But we're not gonna go crazy far out here. We're kind of getting crazy far out here anyway, but, that's about the extent of, where Skykomish maintains its being super interesting. Down there you can see water. Anyway, so that's where it ties into the third track. And then, you get some more branching activity off this way. Just taking it, I was checking for old signage or something. Interesting things. I don't think this track individually on this side is protected by a derail. Only where it connects, where this closest track connects it to the second, or the siding, the second main, if you will. But it is a siding. It does end on that side. Sorry about that. just stepped on a tie here. I'm both attempting to get back and not fall, whilst also, not being on. That's a big crack. Same with that one. 1938 it looks like on some of these pieces. Although I'm sure the rail is more, also 1920s era once you get closer to this side. More chunks of rail. Portable derail? Maybe? Yes? Yes. Oh, shoot. Okay, we'll go this way. There's a high railer over there, so I'm about to get in trouble, so I'll end the video.